Reverend Penny, and we're down at Dixton Church. So would you like to tell us a little bit about the roof, Penny?
Right, well, I'm delighted to be able to tell you that the roof is now complete on the chancel. It's made of slate, Welsh slate, and it seems to be very much in keeping and looks quite fine, even compared to the stone that's on the rest of the roof. Okay. So, welcome to the church itself. So many of you won't have been in here since February when it was flooded, so the last photos you probably saw of Dixton Church were of the pews all over the place, mud, a complete mess. So if we walk up to where the chancel arch is, where you can see, as you know, there was the flood heights. This is the iconic 1947 March height, just over 6 foot. And where my finger is, this is how high the water came to in February 2020.
So tell us a little bit about the plaque.
The plaque is to Frederick Griffin, killed in 1947, who died in 1947. You can see here quite clearly that's how high the water came to in the chancel, bearing in mind we've come up a couple of steps from the main body of the church. So that water was washed off. We've got 3 statues, one of whom here is St. Peter, Peter's church, carrying the keys for the kingdom. And from these 3 niches, which in the reredos, which was carved for us by Belgian refugees after the First World War, the water came up to about this sort of height. And again, we have to thank wonderful volunteers recently who have re-oiled all this lovely woodwork so that it looks absolutely fine. And the 3 statues, one of St. Peter, one of Jesus in the middle, and behind me, St. James, all 3 statuettes have been returned to us by the Restoration Company. Isn't particularly old. If you see the underneath, the brass bowl part underneath, that's part of the original, which was stolen about 10 years ago and was rescued. The rest of the candelabra was then recreated and rehung. Also the little cockerel at the top, cockerel crowing for St. Peter, and underneath again there was a little dove which was found, and a dove of peace. I understand that when they were building the dual carriageway, the A40 dual carriageway, they came across it and decided that it had no place out there, and so brought it in. It's incredibly heavy. More than that, we know nothing. We have no age to it, but it seems to have been an old font. Okay. The window is a casualty of the flood. The window didn't actually break, but what happened is that the pressure of the water on the outside made the lead, which holds the window together, bulge inwards and making it unstable. So they've taken it away to repair, but no glass was broken. The pew runners, done by Mrs. Joyce Waller, are missing at present. Her son Richard came and collected them. They were all very wet, and he's taken them back down to his home, and they are nicely dried, and I'm going to invite him to bring them back to us. So the project's still to be done. We want to replace here the vestry door, which is looking very shabby and is the world's worst for wear. But if you come on in, you can see that the sink unit, this has all been condemned, it's MDF, and it will be replaced with stainless steel. The table, which was here, just inside the door, that also had to go, as did the wooden racking that was over here beneath the fire. So all of that has got to be, is a job yet to be done. We've got somebody booked in to decorate the vestry and the rest of the church in August. This bush is an azalea. It's very old. It comes into bloom at about the end of February normally. And as the waters went down at the end of February, it was in full bloom. It must have been blooming underwater. And I think it's a good place to finish our little video, because I think it indicates that there's always hope here at Dixton, that things have gone on as they've always gone on, and we are coming back into blossom.